What's up guys, Spectacular Scarlet Spider 118 here, and today I have yet another costume review from Zentai Zone. Now this one is a very special one because if you guys have been following my channel for the past couple of months, you will know that I've tried multiple times to get multiple times is maybe an over-exaggeration, but I've tried it a lot to get a color fabric Kaine costume from Zentai Zone. And the first time they sent me one, it didn't work out, it didn't fit me. The fabrics were weird, they weren't stretchy enough, and so I had a lot of problems with that. I didn't send it back, but I asked them if they could send me a replacement suit because I explained the whole situation to them. And then it basically was a period of like 2 or 3 months of them kind of just like beating around the bush or just like completely forgetting that like they needed to make a replacement suit. And so it's been literally about 4 months now, or what that's just a loose estimate at this point, and I can tell you guys 100% that I do today have a color fabric Kaine. I'm just gonna pull the hood off. Sorry about that. I have a color fabric Kaine Scarlet Spider costume right here, right now for you guys. I'm holding the bag upside down. Did not realize that. Whoops. So if you haven't seen my last video, I actually unboxed this, and I said that I would do a full review going in depth because there's a couple things I noticed about this that's important for color fabrics that I think you guys might need to know. But basically, if you are new to the whole like Zentai Zone thing and you want a suit with color fabrics, what that really means is that these dye subsuits that you usually get from these companies, like the one I'm wearing right now, they are printed on white fabric. And they look pretty good, right? Like this looks pretty decent. The color's actually pretty vibrant. This is one of the most vibrant suits I have, I think. But if you like start stretching around the joints, you can see there's starting to be some fading. And just over time, I'm gonna put this down for a second. Over time, there just gets to be a lot more fading. If you've heard like a ripping noise, that's my belt. There's Velcro on the back of it, so it's not my suit. But your fabric, if regular dye sub, begins to fade over time as you wear it. And as you joints, when you're doing poses, your joints will expose the white fabric. And while it still looks great, I'm not trying to downplay how great these suits look, because Zentai Zone still does a great job printing them and making sure they eliminate a lot of that whiteness that you get when you stretch. I have always sought after color fabrics because that's what they use in the movies, and you get that like you don't get the fading, and the colors are 100% more vibrant. If you guys haven't seen my Charlotte Comic Con 2021 video, go check it out. I wear my color fabric custom Kaine suit done by my friend Logan, and the colors are so vibrant when you go outside. It's 100% worth it. And so I have just been basically wanting to get a comic book version of the Kaine suit, and I got it. And so after a long time, and so basically color fabrics are just richer because they are the colors they are, and they're not white underneath. And so let's just get right into this. I just felt I needed to explain that in case there's any newcomers here. If you're still a subscriber of the channel, then you will probably know all this by now, and I'm rambling. So, black mask. It came with the suit. This is probably like my third black mask in the row that I just have that I'm not going to really be able to use because I might make lenses for this suit, but I am just going to be using my Iwanzonakaos face shell, and I already have a mask that has the eye holes cut out, so I'm just going to put that here for now. Let's see. So this is my dream suit. Before I pull it out, this is my dream suit, and I mentioned this in my first review of what was supposed to be this suit, and honestly, just go watch it. There's a lot of complications with it. And so I was mentioning in that video that this is my dream suit, and that is true for the past like 7 years I've been cosplaying, or actually 8. For the past 8 years that I've been cosplaying, I've kind of always wanted that color fabric Kaine suit because I do my research back in the day, and I'd see all these pictures online of people with these vibrant color fabric Kaine suits. And so, I made a homemade one, and I had the custom one, but I wanted one that was printed and one that was like professionally made. And today I finally get to live that dream because this right here is my color fabric Kaine Scarlet Spider costume from Zentai Zone, my dream suit. Look at the back emblem. So I'm gonna run through all the features. This pattern is by Gunhead design. I've actually gotten this pattern before, so I think if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time I've gotten a pattern printed twice, if I'm not mistaken. So, uh, yeah, so his original pattern has a lot of like intense muscle shading. I'm not really a fan of that, but Color Fabrics Zentai Zone is still working on them, so they're not 100% able to print a lot of textures on it. Like if you have muscle shading on your suit, you're not going to really get that come through. It's just because the colors, their fabrics just overtake the printing of such things. So, and actually, they have been working on their color fabrics, and this suit is very evident of that because, and I'll show you when I go more closer into detail, like I'll bring the camera towards this in a little bit here. But some of the muscle shading, God, can I hold this straight, please? Some of the muscle shading actually came through on the suit, so you can see a little bit, and more in this area down the abs. So that is pretty incredible. They are working on their color fabrics, and I'm not sure if this is their upgraded color fabrics that they have been talking to me about for the past couple of months. Because they said they weren't ready, and I told them just to do the suit anyways. And actually, I have to give a huge shout out to Spidey Morpher because when I was having problems with my color fabric suit, he gave me a lot of good tips. So what he told me to do is when you're getting a color fabric suit, add a couple inches to a few areas that you think that you might need it in terms of like, I guess your height or the length of like your arms or something, because or your underarm, whatever. Just add a couple inches to a few areas, not a couple inches, like half an inch, maybe 1 inch here and there, because what I had with the other fabrics is that they didn't stretch all the way up, and so thank you again, Spidey Morpher, for giving me that tip to add a couple inches here and there. Because it turned out good and it actually fits. If you haven't seen my previous video, I put it on, but great stuff here. Now, when I've originally got my Kaine suit with this pattern back in the day, I didn't have any features on besides the detached mask. I have completely gone all out with this. My usual attachments that I get on my suits are wrist zippers, if I can pull that down. Yep, so wrist zippers. And as you can see in the costume inside, it is red. It is completely red on the outside and on the inside, which is color fabric. So basically, wrist zippers, if you don't know, if I can zip that back up, I'll worry about it later. Wrist zippers, if you don't know, basically allow you to get your hands free from the costume, and they allow you to use your phone or eat or whatever you need to do at a Comic-Con or whatever, or a photo shoot, whatever you're doing. And if you're getting a color fabric suit, you're going to need to get screen printed emblems, otherwise the emblems will not show up. Now, screen printed emblems, they cost like $20 extra, but they're worth it because this, it's like a jersey fabric material, sort of. It's a pretty durable, actually, and it's very smooth on the front. Now, it's actually a different like material on the back. Like this is thicker, more of a not a rubber, not a foam. It's like a foam rubber. I don't know how to describe the back emblem, but it does look great. Now, I do also want to mention that I think they changed the red fabric here, at least for this pattern, because on my other color fabric Kaine suit, it's a much brighter red, but here's a darker red, and I actually kind of dig the dark red look. It actually gives it this like menacing look. So, definitely I'm definitely liking the dark red because the other ones are bright red. Back to the features though, because you're also going to need a U-shaped zipper on a color fabric costume. So basically, if you don't know what a U-shaped zipper is, it's going to be a little hard for me to demonstrate while I'm holding it up. But basically, there's a zipper that goes from one end of the underarm to the other underarm. It basically goes in a U-shape. That's why they call it U-shape. And so basically, you can unzip it and it'll lift the back of the costume up and you can get in. Personally, I hate U-shaped zippers. I'm not a fan of them. They're just annoying to me. I have long arms, so doing a vertical zipper has always been easy for me. It's never been a challenge whatsoever. But I understand people who do like U-shaped zippers. I'm not like hating on them. I just said I hate them. So yeah, so I'm not a fan of U-shaped zippers, but you're gonna need them because otherwise, you can't have a vertical zipper with a back emblem. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work if it's printed on like 3D emblem on there. So it wouldn't work that way. Other feature I got was Kung Fu shoes. Kung Fu shoes are great. Basically, they're built-in shoes into the costume that you can put your feet into, and they work a lot. They're really helpful. I definitely recommend them. So yeah, color fabrics overall, very silky, very smooth, and that's something that I love about Zentai Zone's color fabrics because their regular dye subs are still pretty smooth and they feel good, but the color fabrics are very silky. They feel amazing. They look and feel amazing. Not only are you getting a vibrant color, you're getting a vibrant feel to it. So I definitely think that their color fabrics feel and look amazing. They're definitely worth it. Price range. I got this for free because it's a replacement suit for a suit I previously got, and I'm pretty sure that one was free anyways. But so off the top of my head, with kung fu shoes, wrist zippers, detached mask zipper on the back, U-shaped zipper, you're probably looking at like $130, $140 with shipping. Though use code Scarlet 118. When you're checking out, you can type in Scarlet 118 and it'll save you 15% off of your order. And trust me, on these larger orders, it definitely helps. It saves you a lot of money. So I'd appreciate it if you use my code. So it helps you save money and, giving back a little bit to the channel. So I'd appreciate it. And yeah, so basically, we're just going to say that this color fabric suit is a dream come true. If you want to see me get hyped about it, please go check out the previous video where I unbox it. The reason if you're new to the channel, the reason I didn't unbox it and review it in one video is because I needed to see if it would fit this time, and I didn't want to like have my expectations like complete. I don't want to repeat of last time. Let's just say. So I'm trying to zip this. I'll get it in a minute, but so yeah, that's the suit itself. I'll bring you guys closer to that in a minute. I do want to talk about the face shell a little quickly here because I know that I will probably get comments about it if I don't. This shell is by Iwanzonakaos. I probably butchered that pronunciation so much, but you can find him on Etsy. His stuff is pretty good. I will link his store and the shell down below as well as Zentai Zone. And so you can actually get that Kaine suit on their website. So you don't even need to go to Gunhead's website. So when you're ordering a color fabric suit, all you need to do is go into the little description box in your order. It's the additional notes box, and just type in "please print this on color fabric." It's no extra cost for Zentai Zone to print your suit on color fabric, so that is absolutely amazing because I know other places like Heroes Time and especially RPC Studio with their RPC paint suits do charge extra for color fabric, so it's awesome that Zentai Zone is basically offering it for free. So with that being said, let's get right into an up-close and personal look at this suit. Okay, so here we go with a close-up look at the suit. Very good stuff here. Love it. I mean, this thing is absolutely immaculate. I just love the way it looks. Here is what I mean by the different, like, you can see in the way it shines, in the light. Obviously this is printed on compared to the other black there, as you can see. So that this is definitely printed on. It's like a jersey fabric material. I don't really know how to describe it, but it is like a different material just so that it's able to show up on the spandex and it's not absorbed. Because what I mean by that is that now it's very, very hard to notice, right? But in areas like this, there's a little bit of a difference in a color change. Your eye won't catch it, and there's some around the spider right there. But there is like subtle little, and that's not just the lighting there with like my room. That's actually on the costume right there. These little indentions here. There's subtle, very subtle, muscle shading from the pattern itself on the suit. Now, just to kind of compare a little bit, now I'm going to do a full comparison of this versus, well, the original suit I have in a different video. As you can tell, they're two different shades of red. Now, my camera wants to pick this up as orange for some reason, but just know that this is a brighter red, this is a darker red. So I don't really know how better to explain it than that. But just to get a look in here for a second, you can see that on this pattern, there's like an insane amount of like muscle shading here. It's pretty heavily applied, one of the most heavily applied muscle shades out there, I think. Well, that's probably a lie. That's definitely a lie. But as you can see here, most of it gets absorbed into the color fabric itself, so it doesn't print as well. And you can see very subtly. And that's actually a good thing that's showing up here, because Zentai Zone
in the past wasn't even really able to show muscle shading at all. And it might just because this pattern might just be because this pattern itself has a lot of muscle shading like on it, or dark muscle shading at least, compared to a lot of other examples of it. So it's able to show up a little bit like in here around the spider, and on the down here like I showed you in the corners there. So it's good that it's able to show up, so that if you have a pattern with a good heavy usage of muscle shading and you want to have that printed on there, some of it might show up. So I just wanted to quickly show that, though I will probably do another video comparing those two suits in depth, like very heavily. I just want to bring that in for a quick comparison there. As you can see here, wrist zippers. Now let's open that up for a second, and there you go. If my camera will focus. Yep. So as you can see, it's red on the inside, red on the outside. That's what color fabric does. Quickly bring this suit back over. It's white on the inside, and you can see it's a certain color on the outside. If I bring my finger through here, and it fades. That's what I mean by when you fade. And this is heavily, especially when you do it on the joints, you see that white fade. So you get none of that on this color fabric here, and that's what's the appeal of it. Now you guys know what Kung Fu shoes are. Built-in shoes. Just has to bring it up. There's literally no details. Like on other suits, I'd bring these up to show you like extra details that would be on the pattern itself, but it's all red throughout, so there's no much need to do that. Not much need to do that, at least. So probably my favorite part of the costume. This bag emblem looks incredible. Definitely matches with the shade of red this time around, and that's what I appreciate. And it feels good, right? Because like I said, you can't really tell that well, but it is raised a little bit more than the front emblem is. So it definitely has that going for it. Now, like I said, this is a big back on. This is what I like about Kaine's suit. The big emblems. Kaine's got to have these massive emblems. And I love that about, because not only does it scream 90s, and I know Kaine as Scarlet Spider is the early 2010s, and he still technically is Scarlet Spider if you think about it, but the huge spider emblems were something that Ben Reilly had a lot, and I love how that when Ryan Stegman was designing this costume, he decided to bring the giant emblems back into Kaine's suit. It's one of the staples of his character, or at least his costume, I'd like to say. So yeah, let's go look at the U-shaped zipper here. Like I said, goes like this. You open it up. Sorry, my bad. I had to put my camera down for a second just so I can give you guys a better look at this. But you open it up, and there you go. And that's how you get in the suit. But look at that. Like, the stitch work there is crazy how you get both colors. My camera really does not want to like have a good focus. I'm so sorry. But you can see the stitch lines there, and it gets crazy. It gets really good. But that's the black section there on the back. So they get really intricate with the amount of detail that they put on this costume, and on the inside especially as well. So great stuff here. Love it. Probably my favorite suit now. Definitely love the darker red too. Something very surprising to me, but something that I appreciate. So let's quickly look at the face shell. You guys, if you haven't seen, like, if you've seen my channel before, you've seen this face shell a lot in my reviews. So I'm gonna speed run through it. It's by Iwanzonakaos. I'll link him down below. Kaine face shell, red lenses, black mask. I mean, I'm not going to take the mask off because I have to put this back on in a second, but you get it. It's a face shell. It works. It's fog free. So if you need to know that, it's all good there. But yeah, let's go put this costume on.
At long last, here it is. The Scarlet Spider Kaine Parker color fabric suit from Zentai Zone. I gotta say, guys, this is probably going to be my favorite suit from now on, because, like I've been saying, this thing is a dream come true. And I'm honestly blown away by it, because, yes, this color fabric is such a simple thing, but that's what I love about it. As a cosplayer, I started off with simple, I didn't start off with like all this crazy stuff. And if you like, going in deep with it and doing all the textures and muscle shading, that's completely fine. I'm not trying to chastise anyone here, but I personally just like the simple stuff, and this thing is perfect for that. It's beautiful. I couldn't be happier with it. But yeah, I love the way it looks. It's so sleek. It's sleek. That's what I love about it. It's so sleek. You can see the shine in the fabric as you move. It's honestly beautiful. So just to run down a couple of features here. Wrist zippers, like I mentioned earlier, I couldn't fully demonstrate it, but you pull your arm out, you get one on each hand, but I'm only going to pull one out. Again, the colors on the inside are red. Same thing with the black, just to be clear. Let me zip that back up. So basically, zip it back up. You kind of just bring your hand back in and you hold it, and then you pull just to give it some tension to grasp on. I love how the fingers on the gloves should technically still go up a little bit, but I'm not going to complain too much. It gets the look down, and the screen print emblems, while they look a little wrinkly when you're in certain positions like sitting, they get the job done. They actually look pretty sleek. Just to stand up, get a look at the back. I personally am really much a fan of the back emblem. I really like how it just pops. And honestly, this is something, and this might be why they changed the red, at least for this Kaine suit. Actually, you know what? That's pure speculation. But I was about to say that I think because the back emblem was always a dark red on the other color fabric suits I have, and so it didn't really match with the colors of the rest of it, so it looked a little weird. But now it matches pretty well. And at first, I wasn't like, if you watched my last video, I was a little shocked by the dark red when I first saw it, because I was expecting it to be the same color red as the other suits that I had gotten. But I am actually, I love the way this dark red looks with this Kaine suit. Like it's menacing. It's actually it's the color scarlet because you don't really expect a bright red. So the lenses here do pop out a little more because they're a brighter red than the rest of the suit. But I think that's fine. It still looks amazing in my opinion, and I'm just blown away. So like I did with a couple other of my suits, I will bring this up to show you the boot here with the Kung Fu shoes. So you can't really even tell that there's a shoe in here, but there is if you look at the bottom of my foot. That's what I love about Kung Fu shoes. They're very discreet. They're very hidden. And again, the U-shaped zipper goes up and around. So overall, this thing feels amazing. Color fabrics are great, and I love how the different colors have to be like sewn together, so you can kind of feel a little bit of the difference between the red and the black, if that makes any sense. Because there's a seam line here where there wouldn't be on a regular Spider-Man suit. So it's amazing just to feel that like difference, and just like I said, it's so comfortable. These color fabric suits are the most comfortable things you will ever wear in terms of like Spider-Man cosplay or any other form of like spandex cosplay. They're super comfortable. They're really good. I know a lot of people do like their upgrade fabrics from Zentai Zone, where they're like super thick and like super durable, and that's completely fine. But I don't know. Like I've had those on two of my suits, and I'm not like this. I'm not the biggest fan of like the really thick fabrics. These fabrics are a little bit more thinner and silkier, and I just like it that way, and it feels really good, and I'm very impressed. So before I continue rambling on forever, I just want to say thank you again, Zentai Zone, for fixing the suit up and sending me this replacement suit. That's just another thing for you guys. The original suit was messed up, and Zentai Zone, they stepped up, and I explained the situation, and they this is the outcome. Zentai Zones are a great company. They will listen to you guys if you ever had any problems, and just I want you guys to please go buy a suit from Zentai Zone and use code Scarlet118, and I would very much appreciate that. So, but without going on for too much longer, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, share the video, follow me on Instagram at Spectacular Scarlet Spider. Yeah, definitely, share the video around, tell your friends about it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this costume, or what you think about Zentai Zone's color fabrics. Have you ever gotten a color fabric suit? Do you want to get a color fabric suit? I will be in the comments answering any questions you guys have. So thank you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Spectacular Scarlet Spider 118 out. Peace, guys.